I had 2 children as a teenager. And I can honestly say that as young adults raising 2 children, we did pretty okay. But about 6 years into the relationship, I began to feel stuck.
Welcome back, or welcome to Uncle ABL. And in today's video, we're talking about a very, very, very popular viral video featuring a woman talking about the reasons why she got divorced. Had a husband, 2 kids. They had been together since they were teenagers, and she left. Now, the reasons that she's giving to many are going to seem selfish and childish, and there's some truth to that in my opinion, but I think there's a greater issue. She's going to break down the reasons why she got divorced, what led up to it, what made her be in the mindset to be able to do something like that. But I think there's a lot more to it that she's not really addressing. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and get into the clip. Of course, I will pause it at a certain point to give my 2 cents. If you have any comments, positive or negative, do not harass her. Leave them right here up under this video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I walked away from a 12-year relationship with 2 kids. We had been together since I was 16 years old. I had 2 children as a teenager. And I can honestly say that as young adults raising 2 children, we did pretty okay. But about 6 years into the relationship, I began to feel stuck. While he was sticking to and accomplishing all of the goals that he had set for himself, I was feeling like my life was just becoming like a revolving door of mother and wife duties.
Okay, let's pause for a minute. I'm sorry for the freeze frame, but you're doing your makeup, so it is what it is. Now, why are you comparing what you were doing with what he was doing as far as, accomplishing certain goals? I mean, what goals? Y'all got a family. That should be the number 1 goal, right? So as long as that's going well, nothing else should really matter. You're comparing the work accomplishments and things of this nature to the actual important thing, which is the family, you, him, and the kids. That's the most important thing. So maybe, just maybe, you're worried about the wrong things, but let's continue.
And then the goals that I had for myself would come last. I would come up with all these plans on how we could, relocate to California as a family. And he would entertain it, but he never spoke life into it.
So, I mean, what does that really mean? You're bringing up an idea. Let's go to California. First of all, why would you move to California? How is that going to help you as a family? Where do you live at now? I'm not quite sure, but why would you want to go to California? People are leaving California for a reason. So unless y'all multi-trillionaires, then I don't understand what we're doing. But beyond that, maybe he's the husband, he's the leader, and he's going to have the correct decision for you guys to make as a family. Just maybe. So when you bring up the idea, he may think about it, but if it doesn't make any sense, then you're not going to do it. That's what he should do as a leader. But let's continue.
When it all hit the fan, I walked away from everything. And you know what was the hardest? The judgment and criticism that I received, especially from people I thought would be in my corner. After leaving that relationship, an overflow of blessings and opportunities started to come my way.
So blessings and opportunities, what does this mean? You have a pretty popular social media page. So are you trying to be an influencer? Like, what's your next step? What are you going to do? What was your husband? What did he do for a living? Did he pay all the bills? I'm pretty sure he paid the majority, the lion's share of it. That's why there might have been a little bit of jealousy there, but let's continue.
It has been an extremely long journey of healing. I didn't know who I was outside of being a mom and a wife. I am that too, but I'm also more than just that. Now I am getting to know LaBrittany. I walked away from a 12-year
So that was that. Now there was a whole lot here.
Relationship.
Let me just
with
get a better freeze frame,
kids.
if it's
We have been
possible.
together.
I mean, that's gonna be as good as it's gonna get. We haven't go through the whole video, all this stuff on the face. But anyway, I think what's happening here is she kind of resents it, her role as a wife and a mother. This is part of the reason why I say that women should have their own thing going on. It shouldn't be this whole thing of you just be a stay-at-home mom and that's it. Not in 2024, because it's so many different stimuli hitting from all over the place. They're watching television, they're watching social media. They got to have something that centers them and balances them so they don't get distracted by the outside world. What do you have going on for yourself outside of your husband and your family? It could be anything, a hobby. So you want to learn a new language. You want to be a part-time tutor or something that you can do and pour more life in aside from your husband and your family. Okay. Aside from your kids and all of that. Because what you're trying to do right now is just trying to find personal happiness. Okay. And you left your family to do it. Like somehow your husband is the reason why you are not happy. That's your fault at the end of the day. You know, whatever you need to do for yourself to figure it out is what should happen. Now, and I don't think divorce is going to be the thing. How is that going to help you? Because with a marriage, at least from what I was able to pick up, you had a pretty stable household. Your husband is bringing home the bacon. You got kids. You got great kids. You just say you did a great job. So what are we going to do now? Trying to be an influencer, trying to get flown out by rich guys for a night? Like, I don't understand what's the next thing here. But ultimately, what's going on, in my humble opinion, is she didn't have anything going on for herself. And she's at the house, bored, a lack of stimuli, the kids at school. She's not doing nothing all day. Husband come home. He just got done playing golf with his colleagues. He got a promotion at his job. He's bringing in more money, buying a new car for you and for the kids, and maybe for himself at the end of the day. Okay, but you feel like he is outshining you because he's accomplishing things while you are not, aside from your family duties that you're kind of undervaluing. You're undervaluing your own worth, because at the end of the day, the family duties are the most important. Raising those kids right, making sure that they are on the straight and narrow and they're smart and they get grades in school, and making sure your husband is good. He can go out there and protect and provide for you. You got the house cleaned up. You've been making the good meals. You are giving the feminine motherly energy that's necessary for the house to be able to function. That is your role, and it's very important. But when you undervalue it, when you don't really care too much about it, then you start to look at external stimuli as a way to validate yourself. That's just my humble opinion. I'm no psychologist or nothing like that. I'm just calling it how I see it from my point of view. But yeah, that's pretty selfish. That's pretty selfish to break up your family because you want to find yourself. Look, we got 2 kids. Listen, I understand you want to find yourself and find happiness. I'm not trying to minimize your lack of happiness. I'm not trying to minimize that. But the thing is, when you're talking about a marriage, when you're talking about 2 kids, now you got responsibility above your happiness, because you can't just say, oh, I'm going to just throw my kids away because I'm not happy. That's not how that works. You don't have that right. Okay, there's laws against that. Okay, you cannot neglect your children because you want to feel happier. Your kids come first. Some say they don't, but they do, because at the end of the day, as I close, the kids did not ask to be here. You brought them here. They're yours. It's your responsibility until they get to be adults or whatever the case may be. But as children, it's your job to raise them. It's your job to educate them. It's your job to feed them. It's your job to be their guardian, to be their parent. Now, you may have had dreams. Okay, me too. I wanted to be LeBron James. It didn't quite work out. I wanted to rap, but I could not spit a hot 16 to save my life. Okay, now I'm a family guy riding around on this family Peter Griffin mobile. Okay, picking up kids, going to soccer practice. I'm not in the streets. I'm not with the girls the way I used to be. And that's 95. I'm dad now. I'm the family man now, right? I'm the good man now. You got to do the same thing. You cannot be in the street trying to find yourself, putting on false lashes, putting on clubs, going to the club. You need to be the mom. Y'all both cannot live as children anymore. You both cannot act like there's no responsibility anymore. Y'all got to do what's best for the children, for the family. You and your personal goal that you had when you were 15 years old get pushed to the wayside because you decided to start a family. So now that's your focus. But again, you can do some things that bring you some life and bring you some joy aside from your family. You can do some things, but to just totally disregard their family and be full-time me, that's just not how it's supposed to be, because at the end of the day, the kids are suffering. You got to find a way to not only be there for your children and the family structure, but also develop a hobby, develop something that you can do for yourself. Have you ever tried? What do you do with your free time? Have you ever tried gardening? Have you ever tried volunteering, taking the hike, taking the walk, joining the run club, joining the golf club, doing something to occupy your time aside from your family, something that's constructive and positive? Have you ever thought about doing something like that? I don't know you, so I don't know. But that's pretty much all I got. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.